my darlings. My name is Katie of Rosebloom Readings. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Today's reading is, forewarning, an 18 plus reading. I don't know what's going to come up, but it's going to come up. I'm just letting you know. Spirit, let me know. And today's topic is going to be looking into what you're manifesting and what is coming towards you in terms of an intimate connection, physically intimate connection. Could be a romantic connection as well if that intertwines. We'll see. We'll see what comes up. So confirmations from Spirit on what you're manifesting, what is working in your manifestations, and then confirmations on what is coming towards you, my darlings. Very excited for today's reading because it took me a little bit to kind of figure out what Spirit was trying to convey to me for what to do with today's reading, whereas usually it's like, boom, okay, topic, let's go. But this, I was like, what a manifestation, what are we talking about? Physical intimacy, what's going on? But we got it. I'm very excited. I don't know what's gonna happen, but it feels very big, it feels very exciting, it feels very good. We have 4 piles, my darlings. As always, timestamps are in the description box down below. Pile number 1 is potential, pile number 2 is miracles, pile number 3 is enlightenment, pile number 4 is flexibility. As always, if you feel drawn to more than one pile, my darlings, choose more than one pile. There could be messages that are meant for you in different piles. Take the messages that resonate with you, leave behind what doesn't for those who are meant to receive it, and we will get started, my loves. Hello, 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 my loves. Group number 1, if you picture this gorgeous potential card, this is your reading on what you are manifesting in terms of an intimate connection and what is coming towards you in your intimate connection manifestations. Potential, that feels exciting. It feels exciting because it feels like you have such a beautiful sense of hopeful optimism. You're like, I don't exactly know what I want to come from this reading. I don't know what I want to hear from this reading. I don't even know what confirmations I'm looking for because I'm just not sure. But you'd be happy to hear them anyway. You're excited to hear them. You feel something big coming towards you and you're excited about it, but you're very lenient with it, my darlings. You're very, it'll come as it's meant to come. And that's a very good energy to have, my darlings, to not hold such a tight clutch on the specifics of a manifestation, but to have the important parts laid out. Very, very good energy, my darlings. Very exciting. Very, very, very much looking forward to getting clarity on what it is I'm picking up on. We have the Hanged Man. Absolutely. Absolutely. And we have the Ace of Cups. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh, the confirmations. They're gorgeous. Yes. So this is very exciting. It's very exciting because I feel as though you are a group that is very well versed in manifesting. You are a group that has had a lot of experience with manifestations, and you're very experienced in them coming towards you in ways that are not exactly as you laid them out to be. And the universe is funny. Spirit is funny. They have a very, 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 very silly sense of humor. So you're open to receiving what is meant for you. You're more focused on, I want to receive what is best for me. You are looking for your soul partner. You are looking for the real deal. This is not just about physical intimacy with you. You are not wasting your time with all that dilly-dally. You're like, if I wanted to get laid, I could go out and get laid in 5 minutes. It'd be fine. But would it though? But you're like, no, I want my person. I want my person. I want the soul connection. You want all of the wonderful things that come with that soul connection. You want to feel a physical, intimate connection with a soul partner, with a heart-centered connection. And it feels very much like it's coming towards you, my darlings, and it feels like you are in exactly the right space of when it will happen, it will happen. It will come as it's meant to come. You're not worried about it. You're open to it. You're excited about it, but you really let the ebb and flow of the energy of it in and out, my darlings. It's beautiful. Okay, let's look. Let's pull from the Quantum Energy Oracle. It feels like this person is, it's interesting because it feels like they're very, very close to you. Um, but it doesn't feel like this is happening like in the next 10 minutes. It doesn't feel like, it feels like it's definitely something's beginning, something's happening. Um, this person's very close to you. The energy is very, very, very bright, but the connection does not establish itself for a little while yet, my darling. So this could be, this is a person who you are either have just met, or are about to meet, and you don't meet them in the cliche context of like, you don't meet them on a date. Am I taking this? They say no. Okay. You don't meet them on a blind date. You don't meet them set up with a setup. You don't, you're not introduced by people. This is a person who incorporates themselves naturally into your daily life. So this could be a person who moves into the same apartment or condo complex that you live in. This could be a person who moves in, you know, to the street that you live in. This is a person who could start at the job that you work at. This is a person who could start taking the same daily transit that you take in your job or whatever you do, daily routine. This is a person who is very, very serendipitously going to meld in with your daily routine, and it feels like that first interaction is about to happen. And this is a person who is very strikingly attractive, and who is very, very much attracted to you. So you do catch their eyes. They have a very, it's interesting because they're confident, but they have a very outwardly shy appearance. You know, when you first catch their eyes, they kind of look away. And you feel that attraction, but it's not the thundering strike of electricity that you're expecting, or that you sometimes hear about in readings, because that can sometimes be the case. This is very, very, the whole energy of this connection, of this dynamic between you both is very mature, I'm going to say. It's very, you two are very, very, very old souls. You have gone cycles and cycles and cycles. You have experienced, which makes a lot of sense for why your ability to manifest and your understanding of how manifestation comes into reality works. And so this happens very calmly. And you don't even really notice, aside from how attractive this person is, for the first little while, you don't notice how present they are and the permanence of their presence for a little while. And then, you know, week 2, week 3, it kind of strikes you like, oh, I've seen this person like almost every day now in this same context. And things grow from there, things blossom from there. But this is the person, this is your person, the person that you've manifested. You have manifested. I feel like you guys are so, it's funny because I was talking about earlier how you're not, you know, specific, but you're not specific in like, okay, I want them to look like this, they have to be from here, I want them to do this, they need to make this amount of money, they need to act like this, sound like this, they need to blow my back out like this, they need, etc., etc., etc. But the things that you think of, the things that you are utilizing to manifest are so adorably specific and unique. For instance, I can hear some of you specifying how you want somebody who makes you feel happy and comfortable just sitting in silence eating breakfast together, and you're looking across the table at them and you're half asleep and you're tired, because I feel like a lot of you aren't morning people, and you look at them and they look at you and you smile, and that's everything is said in those smiles, and maybe a little blown kiss across the table. And you want that person who makes that silence comfortable and whole and homey. And some of you, it's, you know, you want somebody who holds your hand when you're out, no questions asked, no comment, just very naturally slips their hand into yours. And all of these little, you know, specific quirks. And it's so cute. It's so cute because this is that person for you. This person fulfills all of these specific roles, and it's nice because you're allowing them to come as they are and fill those roles in whichever way that they come towards you, my darlings. Very, very beautiful. The energy here is so strong. I'm getting scalp prickles. I have an itchy nose. It's wonderful things, my darlings. Okay, so we have fear, the things that we're letting go of. We have increase. This is gorgeous. I need to squeeze you over here. I always think I have a lot less room than I actually have. Uh, and we have Ascended Masters. Yes, this is a divine connection. Your spirit guides and their spirit guides have been linked for a very, 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 very long time. You both as well have been linked. You have experienced a lot of parallel circumstances in your lives. I'm getting a lot of childhood as well. I feel like some of you have either had a sibling that is no longer with you in the physical, or perhaps you were, meant to be twins, or perhaps you were meant to have a sibling that was not brought into the physical. Um, and they as well have had like a childhood friend that was lost quite young, or vice versa, and just experiences that are very parallel. Not, it doesn't all have to be heavy and unfortunate and tragic, but just a lot of parallel experiences that have really led you, like these parallel paths. I know this is, old-fashioned dirt road for the wheels, but this feels like two parallel paths that have existed along a parallel despite the other not knowing of the person. You do not know this person, aside from those of you who are beginning to notice them regularly in your lives, but this is not a connection that has existed before in this lifetime. This is not a friend, a family friend, blah, 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 blah. This is a very, very, very new person. You have just really co-written a lot of your experiences and lessons in life, which is beautiful because it allows you to match energy so easily. One, in terms of manifesting each other, you are both perfectly in the place that you want to be when you meet each other. Them specifically, I'm getting that they have come out of a very big, very significant, very karmic relationship. In the last 3 years, this is not something that's ending and then boom, they're meeting you. That would not bode well for the connection and the development of the unification that I see between you both. But they have healed, they have processed through it. You as well, my darlings, have taken in a lot of lessons, a lot of experiences, a lot of, okay, I recognize fully now what I don't want, and that is allowing me to fully understand what I do want, what I'm worthy of, what I'm deserving of. And being in that space of readiness. And I feel like that's where the fear card comes in as well, is leaving behind those things that made you feel less than, those things that made you question your worth and theirs as well, and stepping forward into, you want the real deal. You want the seriousness. You don't want to play games. You don't want people to play games with you. You don't want, the we're adults, but let's act like we're in high school shtick. It's not happening, my darlings, and they don't want that either. And this is very, very mature and very easy. These are two people who have the energy of best friends who communicate effortlessly and honestly and genuinely and authentically, and stay in their power in that energy of communication and grow together. And the attraction is just, it's bottom of the gut type stuff, my darlings. It is sacral chakra and then some. My goodness gracious. Okay. I want to pull from the Wisdom of the Oracle, and then we'll get into the spicy decks. Okay. Yeah, this connection is so strong. This person is also a lot of oral fixation. They're a biter, they're a licker, they're a kisser. Anywhere and anywhere. Everywhere and anywhere. I mean, we have why, we have building blocks, and I'm going to take you. We have breathe. Okay, gorgeous. Yes. Yeah. So this is a person who surprises you in how much they affect you. This is a person who has you stumbling over your words. This is a person who has you feeling shy when people really don't do that to you. You love connecting with people. You love communicating with people, interacting. I feel like your jobs require a lot of interaction with people. And you love that. You're comfortable in that. You're comfortable with people. You find people fascinating and interesting. You find people worthy of having a connection to. Beautiful energy, my darlings. And this person gets your tongue a little bit tied and then some. But this is a strong, solid person. This is the person who you get to build your life with, the life that you want with. It all happens very naturally, very, very naturally. I see you meeting this person and, you know, they spend some nights at yours, you spend some nights at theirs. My candle's going to go out in this reading. Oh, she's been with us a while. Rest in peace. And, and I don't even think she's going to melt the whole thing. Toughen up there, little lady. You spend some nights at theirs, and then it just naturally progresses into something longer and longer. And for those of you that live with roommates or relatives, they're going to start commenting like, you're never here. And you're like, you're right. By the way, I'm moving out. And it's very easy for you to let go, or for them to let go and to move into your place, for those of you that don't have anybody else with you, because, or you both leave the places you've had before and end up somewhere together. And it's very easy to leave behind what's past, because the growth that happens between you both is such a natural progression. It's so good and pure and authentic and feels right. It feels very right to come together. And it's not, there's no codependency in this. You two exist perfectly simultaneously and apart. Your lives are your lives. They will continue to be your lives, but you just come together so easily. It feels like this mountain. It just kind of, you know, climbing, 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 and you meet at the same place. And this is a person who not only matches the things that you want out of a home, out of life, out of experiences, but also allows you to grow, and vice versa. You know, things that you would have never even thought of experiencing, but once you hear about them, you're like, that sounds incredible. I would love to experience that. I would love to go to that place. I would love to have that adventure. I would love to learn that language. I would love to practice that dance with you. All of these things that you've never thought of or they've never thought of, that come together, and it's so exciting and vivacious and truthful. And it comes down to two people who exist so wonderfully together. It's so cozy. It is homey. This is a comforting person. This is a person who can very effortlessly understand you, and vice versa. You know, you sit on the couch and you've had a long day and you're just sitting there, and then like clockwork, their arm comes around your shoulders and they pull you in to snuggle with them, and it feels like all of the weight that you've carried within you is just gone. Beautiful, very attractive people, very nice voices. They are okay. We're getting ahead of ourselves here, but it's happening. I feel like the physical, like I said, doesn't even matter to you guys. Oh, the candle's going out. Oh, so sad. Um, she looks rough too with the soot. I feel like the physical really does not matter to you guys. I mean, the intimacy, yes, we're gonna get into that. You wouldn't be watching this reading if it didn't matter to you, my darlings. But the physical really is just bottom of the note. You're like, I'm so excited for how I already feel about them, for how you're telling me I'm going to be feeling about them, and vice versa. That what they look like is you did well. Doesn't really matter. Because I keep seeing, I'm like, oh yeah, no, they have, like, I'm seeing soft brown to dark brown to black hair. For those in the masculine, they are very, very clean shaven, very soft skin. Feminine, masculine, very, very soft skin, very sculpted features, jawbones you could cut ice with. Very classically attractive people, you know, the kinds of body types and facial structures you would see very much in like the golden age of Hollywood type thing. You know, the 40s, the 50s, etc., etc. Very well dressed as well, but in kind of an easier way. Like, not, there's no pomp. There's no pomp with this person's energy. It feels more like it's a position they carry with their job, where they're supposed to be dressed better, not so frumpy, and so they make it easy and they make it comfortable for them, well looking fantastic. They also smell very good as well. There's earth sign energy here, because they're very, very connected to the senses, especially Taurus energy. Okay, let's look into the Decameron Tarot first. The nasty, nasty deck, before we get into the Tarot of Sexual Magic. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. You, and you. Thank you. All right. So let's look. It feels like this is such a beautiful physical connection because it's so romantic. It's really knock your socks off, butterflies in your tummy in a very positive way, super excited, so excited that you're almost nervous, but you know you're not nervous, it's just excited nerves, to connect with this person, especially in a physically intimate way. We have the Knight of Wands, yes, absolutely. We have the, who are you? The Wheel, and we have the Hermit. Okay, gorgeous. Yes. So very much homebody energy, which would connect with the earth sign energy, especially Taurus energy that we picked up. Also Cancer, I'm feeling. A little bit of Pisces. Very homey, very comfortable, very what exists between you both exists between you both, but you two are very comfortable with each other. This is a person who is not shy giving you displays of affection in public. That does not mean they are railing you in like a public library or something. It's not it's not that extreme. They are private people, but they are people who are so enamored with you that they're gonna hold your hand. They're gonna give you a kiss, you know, when you're at the checkout, and they kind of forget that you're at the checkout of a coffee shop and the barista cashier is staring at you like, please tap your card, and you're like, what? And they're like, oh, sorry. So it's not like overtly too much for the collective globally to handle, but it's very sweet, it's very real, it's very genuine. This person is going to be the one to make the first move. They are going to approach you first. They are also going to I feel like it's really mutual, the physical connection that's initiated, at least in the first time, you know, to kind of break the ice. And it doesn't feel like this happens on the first date. However, it does happen quite quickly. I'd be surprised if it goes longer than 3 dates before you get all handsy and mouthy and so on and so forthy. But it feels very, you know, very taunting. There's a lot of like grazing. I feel like you or them, there's something with the forearm. Someone's dragging like their nails very lightly up and down the other person's forearm, and it drives the other person absolutely bananas. And so there's a lot of physical touching, there's a lot of kissing, there's a lot of whispering, there's a lot of very, 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 very deeply sensual eye contact exchanged. So it's mutual how this comes to be, but then they are the first person to kind of break the ice fully on that, which you're grateful for, because this is a person who has you so excited that it borders on nervous and hesitancy. And you're like, I don't know why I'm doing that. I want this. I very much want this. I want you. But oh my goodness, you're so attractive and perfect, and I don't know what to do. I also feel like the first time, the night of the first instance of your physical intimacy, there is some sort of social gathering. So it could be a work get together, it could be a party that one of you invites the other to. There's some sort of social gathering where other people are present, and again, it's just the whole world fades away, and then as the night goes on and builds up, and I feel like there's some sort of game played. There could be poker, could be strip poker, could be one of those, you know, raunchy board games, something that like really kind of fluffs the feathers, so to speak, and gets you two kind of egged on. And then when you're alone, it's kind of this like pause, like right before a thunderstorm, and then boom, and explosions. Several, by the way, if you catch what I'm throwing out there, my darlings. All right, let's get the Tarot of Sexual Magic. This is a beautiful connection, though. This person is so comfortable. They adore you. They think you are so soft, so gorgeous. They very much appreciate you. Appreciate all of you. Appreciate your personality. Appreciate your kindness and your funniness and your quirks that are so endearing to them. But also appreciate you fully physically. I feel like some of you perhaps are more hesitant to reveal yourselves fully in a physical sense, especially in connections. And this person just does not hold back on ensuring that you are fully aware of how gorgeous they believe that you are. And I mean, how right they are, my darlings. Okay, so we have the Empress, absolutely what we were just talking about. They worship you. They think you are gorgeous. We have Strength, and we have Justice. Yes, so yeah, this person kisses the ground that you walk on. This person is really going to do a lot to not just boost your confidence, but allow you to see yourself through a more truthful lens rather than a harsher lens that I feel has been kind of ingrained in you, either from your childhood, from the way that, you know, adults had spoken to you as a child, or from people who were not worthy of you in connections in your adulthood, my darlings. And this is a person who is very honest, very realistic, very authentic. And when they say something, you, not just you, but anyone who knows them, but you, respect it and listen to it and appreciate it and trust it as truth. So when they are saying positive things towards you, it allows your perception of yourself to brighten and to lift and to come into that reality in which they exist in. For those of you that want children, children happen very, 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 very quickly in this connection. In whatever form that comes. Pregnancy, surrogacy, adoption, whatever form that comes, it happens very quickly in this connection. Things flow very, 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 very fast. When it is a matter of you both in agreement, which I feel 98.9% of the time it is, it happens very quickly. I feel like the one thing you're concerned about in terms of your manifestation, the one thing that you're kind of hesitant about, the thing that you're manifesting, but you're like, I don't actually know if this is going to happen, is coming from a place of fear of you being worried that you aren't going to allow yourself to be your authentic self. Because I feel like that's something that you've struggled with in interpersonal connections in the past, my darlings, is, you know, having to kind of switch up aspects of yourself or hide aspects of yourself, or even, you know, fight with certain aspects of yourself to keep them down, or bring up other aspects of yourself farther to the surface so others were, you know, slipped beneath. And you're worried that you're like, how am I supposed to expect somebody be their full, authentic, genuine selves with me, and I'm still afraid that I won't be able to be that with them. And you will be that with this person, my darlings, because it is so truthfully effortless. This is a person who wants to hear what you have to say. They care about what you have to say. They care about your thoughts and your feelings and your experiences and your opinions. And they want to talk with you, and they want to understand your view of the world more. And it's just so easy to be genuine. And I feel like there are going to be one or two instances in the beginning where you kind of catch yourself slipping into past habits of maybe performative traits, or trying to, you know, disguise certain aspects of yourself with perhaps things that aren't full truths. And you stop it, my darlings, and you say, actually, blah, 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 blah is what I meant. And it's true, it's authentic, it's real, and it's beautiful, my darlings. Very nice stuff. This is a very well endowed person, by the way. Very, 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 very well endowed. Very well endowed. And they know how to use it. This is a person who can listen to your body effortlessly. They do not have to, you know, like, it's not like a lockpicker putting their ear to a safe and trying to figure out what's happening. It's somebody who knows how to pick the lock first try. You know, they understand your body, they understand your reactions. This is a person who wants you very, very close to them. They keep you very close to them. They hold you very close. There's a lot of breathiness. There's a lot of whispered endearments and nasty words as well mingled in the mix. This person wants to feel and experience all of you. This is a person who drives you to the brink of almost pure euphoria and back several times over and really gets off on that. Um, and it's wonderful things. This is your forever person, my darlings. You've done it. You're going to see threes. You're going to see 11s, and you're going to see eights as synchronicities also. And you're going to see them very, 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 very often. Also, I feel like the time is going to really catch your attention as either 12:12 or 12 o'clock or 1:22 or 2:22 on the day that you realize you have seen this person so much, and then it all kind of hits you very naturally that, oh my God, here we go. And then I feel like this person, it really feels like they kind of, have been cursory and polite and good morning, good afternoon, how are you today? Wow, it's really coming down out there, etc., etc., etc. And you've just, politely responded, but then when it hits you, you're like, oh my God, okay. And then you start kind of egging on the conversation the next time they talk to you, and then it blossoms into that. It's very beautiful, very natural, my darlings. For timelines, 3 to 9 months or 3 to 9 weeks. I'm also seeing a lot. It's very cloudy on the day that you like really hit it off with them fully for the first time. So it could be snowing, it could be very rainy. It's very, 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 very dark and cloudy at like the middle of the day. Is there anything else, my darlings? They give me a shiver and they tell me, no, group number 1, this is so exciting. This is gorgeous energy. I am so excited for you. I am so excited for you to feel all of the wonderful things that this person will have you feeling. Oh, I hope that you enjoyed that, my darlings. If you did, please let me know by leaving a comment. I would love to hear from you. I would love to chat with you. If the reading resonated, my energy resonated, please subscribe. All of my links for social media and more information on private readings are down in the description box below. Thank you so much for being here with me. I love you all. Bye. Hello, 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 my loves. Group number 2, if you picked this gorgeous card, Miracles, you wonderful, wonderful group are so vivaciously excited for what you are manifesting. You are getting a lot of signs and synchronicities. I feel as though a lot of you are communicating with maternal spirit guide energy, so spirit guides that have felt very maternal towards you, or perhaps energies of mothers, aunts, grandmothers, great aunts, so on and so forth, even parents, best friends who are looking out for you. You're communicating with them a lot, getting a lot of signs and confirmations from them about the person that you are manifesting and the physical connection that you are manifesting. It feels like it's been a very long time coming as well, and it's been, some dreams, but mostly radio silence for quite a while, and then as of late, it's like boom, boom, boom. So many synchronicities, songs popping up, numbers popping up, images popping up, birds flying by your window, things just so jarringly attention grabbing that you're like, okay, something big is coming my way. I need to understand what it is. By the way, please excuse my candle. She has left us in this reading. She really pulled her weight for the last few months, and now she's just going to sit there full of soot and resting well. So for the Everyday Witch Tarot, my darlings, we have Justice. Beautiful. This card came up in pile number 1 as well for a different deck. And we have the Three of Cups. Gorgeous. Yes. Okay. So there is so much celebration here. The energy of spirit is vivacious. They are happy. They're excited. They're like, let's get this going. They want to see this come to fruition. And it feels like I'm picking up on a lot of arguments between you and people you are so close to that you don't usually have disagreements with. It feels like as of late, I mean, at the time we're filming this, it's Mercury retrograde. this is a timeless reading though, but it feels like as of late there's just been some miscommunications between you and your closest friend or your sibling or a parent who you're very close to, and you're just kind of at odds, and it feels really out of sorts, and it's really digging at you because you're feeling very excited about all of this energy that's really coming up and the synchronicities that are coming up, that you're like, it's really bothering me that, I can't fully experience joy because I have this kind of this bothersome situation in the background. So that will not be permanent, my darlings. There's something you're supposed to get from it. There's some sort of, or this person's supposed to get from it, that will improve and increase the connection between you both. This has nothing to do with the partner that you're manifesting. This is, I feel, just for confirmation for you, as well as just a message coming through that it will get resolved and you two will be stronger and better for it. It's really just an energy clashing right now, my darlings, and it's not going to be forever. It's going to get better, but also don't let pride stand in your way of maintaining this connection, because this is a very good person who cares about you very, 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 very much, and vice versa. It will get resolved, my darlings, rest assured. But yes, back to the matter at hand. This is so exciting. Really feels like I feel like a lot of you have done a lot of research on full moon manifestations. You've done some rituals. You have gone to witches and tarot practitioners and diviners and so on and so forth, and you've had them do rituals for you, not for a specific person. And I feel like I'm getting that message because I feel like you have attempted that in the past, and it's really blown up in your face, my darlings, as it does whenever you try and manipulate the free will of another person. So, lesson learned, as we all have to learn them, and instead you are manifesting a specific energy coming towards you, a specific type of person, rather than a specific person. And it feels like the full moon is so prevalent in this reading because it feels like when you initially meet them, as well as the first time you're physically intimate with them, correlates to full moons. In fact, for some of you, it could be one and the same. The night that you meet them and the first night that you're physically intimate with them could be the same night on the full moon. I'm getting March as well. March to May specifically, but also October, November for timelines. Okay, let's pull the Quantum Energy Oracle. When I was pulling out your pile to do your reading, I was like, should I swap out the candle? Should I light another? You best believe I have a full box of candles within arm's reach at any given moment doing what I do. And I was like, no, she's worked hard for us. She deserves a rest, so we'll just leave her to rest there. This is very exciting. Very, very exciting stuff. I feel like this person has some sort of notoriety. I'm getting a lot of sports, or like at the very least, like a muscular person. This person could be a boxer, they could be a football player, or a American or otherwise football player. Baseball as well, I'm hearing. Not getting soccer. Rugby, picking up on rugby. Hockey. They could also, I was going to say practice martial arts, but it feels like they teach martial arts, but they have some sort of recognition, some sort of following. So they could be on TV. They have like a fan base, or they could be, for those of them especially that are teaching martial arts, they could be have a good online following. There's some sort of fan base, some sort of notoriety there. And they do have like kind of a little entourage with them when you meet them, and that kind of sort of stops you in your tracks, because you're like, I feel like you've also manifested, you're like, I want somebody who is self-sufficient, somebody who has a good amount of income. I feel like some of you are really, you're out there in some way. So you either do, you know, you're online doing readings, or some of you it's like makeup tutorials. Some of you do like little like skit funny videos. Some of you are musicians. You have some sort of following as well, and you're like, I want somebody who is going to understand that aspect of my life, somebody who is going to be able to match that energy, who is going to not be, you know, weirded out or put off by it. This person does have more of a degree of recognition than you were anticipating when you manifested that, and so the entourage kind of stops you in your tracks. But it's not weird. It's not it's not too much. They can, you know, separate themselves from the people that they hang out with. Really, it has more to do with the fact that I don't feel as though they really enjoy 9/10 of the social outings that they go on, because they are shyer, quieter people despite the recognition that they have. So their friends kind of make that comfort, but they can separate from that and then interact with you. We have the Sacred Temple. We have Ascended Masters, which also came out in the first reading as well, for those of you who felt drawn to reading number 1. And we have Transformation. Okay, beautiful. 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 Yes. So I can hear Spirit talking to me, and they're very, very excited for this, by the way, as I said. But they're also telling me, they're like, you've grown so much. You're so ready for this now. You've really grown in maturity. You've really gone through a lot of changes. The expectations that you have, not only towards others, towards connections, but on yourself, are more realistic and more grounded in reality and truth and authenticity now than they have been. It feels like this person is from a different part of the world than you are from. They have a noticeably different accent from where you are from the accent that you have. You have to, someone's out of their hometown when you connect. It feels, for the majority of you, it feels like this person is touring or traveling. I don't watch sports, so I don't know what, I think they go places, right? Sure. It doesn't feel like they're there where you are permanently, though, at least not yet. It feels like they're, you know, visiting or touring, traveling, who knows? And who knows, right? Come to a psychic, who knows? Imagine, my goodness. And they're visiting, and then you meet through a social interaction there. It does feel like that social interaction occurs at somebody's house. It is not somebody you are super closely linked with, nor them, but there is some sort of mutual connection there, where you do interact, and you feel the sparks. You feel the sparks. You're worried that you won't. You're worried that you won't recognize them. They won't recognize you. You're worried that you're kind of gonna jump the gun and end up drawn towards somebody and convince yourself that this is the person when it's not, and then miss the actual person. That's not how this is going to happen, my darlings. You are going to come together, and you are going to interact, and you are going to have the connection that you were meant to have with your person. So don't doubt it, my darlings. Don't second guess it. Don't try and force it at all. I do feel as though a lot of you do enjoy controlling a lot of situations. This is not something that requires control, my darlings. This is very easy. Very, very easy. This is somebody who, you know, you're at the refreshment table, you're grabbing a drink, they're grabbing a drink, and, you know, accidental bump shoulders, light apology, little joke, and then meet eyes, and you're both very, 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 very strongly attracted to each other. This is a person who is exactly your type. They are a very fit person, very muscular person. They wear clothes in which you can recognize the physicality of their form. Yeah, they also have something about their neck. There's like a very nice necklace or a very nice chain on their neck that you're really drawn to. This person loves gold. Loves it. Okay. Let's pull the Wisdom of the Oracle, and then we're going to get into the nasty decks, because That's just how I feel this should go. And I'm not going to say where this leads fully, because you do have a very strong connection with this person. But you also, it varies between you. If some of you have manifested your soul partner, a romantic connection, a full connection, in which case that will be what this becomes. It will start out as long distance. However, I don't feel as though that's something that's going to last long, because I feel as though that's not something that would bode well for you. Well, you're very busy people and they're very busy people. You are somebody who, when you are with somebody, when you are in a connection with somebody, you like to have them with you. There's so much happening. Okay, you, and then I'm going to take the top of this one over here. Thank you, my loves. So you need to be with them. You want to be with them. You want to at least have the option to, you know, if you've had a particularly rough day, you can call them up and they can come see you. You can go see them. So for those of you that have manifested, that starts off with distance between you both, but eventually, very naturally, progresses to being in the same. It's all very, very exciting too. Very much this is meant to be, the universe wants this for us. Either, you know, for those of them who are on sports teams, they get traded closer to you, or you're able to move to where they are. Something very, very exciting that feels very right, very meant to be, very much an assurance that this is right. However, for those of you that I feel like a lot of you as well, though, have manifested just having somebody who makes you feel happy, makes you feel attractive, makes you feel cared about, makes you feel like you are worthy of not just their time, but of time in general, because I feel like you have been burned quite badly in the past, my darlings, unfortunately, by people who were not worthy of you, by people who did not deserve you. And so for those of you who want that, you are going to have this person who, it's really in your and their hands. It is in your hands if it just is left where it's left, and it's a very fond memory and a very good connection, and somebody who has made you feel very, very, very good, inside and outside. Or if it grows to something more, and I feel like in that circumstance, for those of you who want it to grow into something more, it does have like a friends with benefits type dynamic, because specifically of that distance between you both, but then progresses, as we said, to the former group of you, where it, you know, very happily, divinely works out that you get to be close together. So for the wisdom of the oracle, we have fork in the road, which really correlates to what we were just talking about. Haven't said correlates in a while. New year, new me. Chaos and conflict and co-create. Okay, gorgeous. Yes. So chaos and conflict, as opposed to chaos and conflict, really just the imagery is really speaking to me about two energies melding perfectly. You are two outwardly extremely different people. Your styles of dressing are different. Your professions are, you know, despite the notoriety, are quite different. Your personalities outwardly are different. Internally, they're very much the same. You like to joke. You're shyer people. I feel like a lot of you are very comforted by watching like Disney films or animated films from your childhood. And they are too, and those interests kind of overlap. The films that you're interested in overlap, I should say. You're people who are just so, there's a lot of very jovial, very bright, happy inner child energy in you and in them, and that really melds well. For those of you that have a long-standing connection with this person does become your person. For those of you that want that, there is a project that you start together that allows you both to grow, that allows you both to increase your finances and to increase your notoriety, but something that's very exciting, something that you're very passionate about. We got this message as well in the first reading. Children, pregnancy. If there's a possibility of pregnancy, contraception up, because I don't feel as though a lot of you are ready for that right now. Certainly this person is not ready for that right now. It's something that happens very, very, very easily, because this is a person who, when they go, they're going for many, many sequels. It's not singular. The interactions, the connections. It is, I mean, it's 4, 5, 6, 7 in one evening, one day, one spiel, one sitting or bending or etc.ing. Yeah, and I feel I feel like I get that message a lot, but I mean, the connection is electric, and when it's electric, when it's no holds barred, when it's, this is a very, very freeing person. This is a person who, I mean, I feel like they are, growling, they're purring, they're making all these very, very attractive, very, what's the word? Very wild, very sexy sounds when they're with you. This is a person who does not stop to pause to think about A, B, or C. So if there is a chance of children, you do not want children, protect, my darlings, because things can get crazy over here, and they do get crazy over here. 33, my darlings, 3s and 4s are the numbers that I feel you're already seeing a lot of, but will continue to see, especially as it gets close to your meeting with them. Ba, 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 ba. It also, there's some sort of like connection you have with them to like talent agencies or management agencies or something like that as well. That could be the reason you're at like the same party. Something to do with like a higher up, like a manager, and a connection being there, or your manager is friends with their manager, or some sort of fancy connection that my peasant self wouldn't know anything about. Okay. All right, let's pull the Decameron for starters, because she's filthy. And then we will pull the Tarot of Sexual Magic, because that's too many, my loves. Yeah, what were you? Yeah, 7. Confirmation, this person does a lot. They do a lot and will continue to do a lot. This person has unending amounts of energy. Yeah, they're very, very, very lithe, very sexy people. Really effortless in their sensuality. Very good at it. Very, very, very good at it. Also very good at communicating through looks, but has no problem speaking the most shockingly arousing filth in your ear at a moment's notice. But then in the alternate is so sweet and has the most gorgeous smile. I'm seeing dimples. Smiles that like fully meet their eyes. Their eyes are sparkly. Their teeth are gorgeous. Just the most endearingly gorgeous people, but then just like animals. Like animals they are. Whew. My goodness gracious. Okay, thank you, my loves. You and you too, thank you. Okay. Oh, my nose is itchy. A lot of energy coming through. So much energy in the strength of your manifestations, my darlings. For the Decameron, we have the 8 of Swords. We have the King of Pentacles. Yes, absolutely. And then we have the High Priestess. Gorgeous. Yes. So feel as though a lot of you are either very deeply intuitive, you're empathic people, or all of the above, or your claim to fame has to do with tarot or witchcraft, or divination or Reiki, energy work, etc., 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 something to do with that claim to fame. They are so fascinated by what you do and what you're capable of. And it's wonderful because it's so different from what they're surrounded by in the daily. Like on first glance, you're like, oh, you probably, don't believe in this kind of stuff, or you wouldn't be into, spirituality. And they're like, no, 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 no. Tell me more. And they just don't know enough about it, but they're excited by it. They're intrigued by it. They're very, very, very drawn to it, and have a deep appreciation, admiration, and respect for what you can do, and at the very least, what you're interested in. They are very, very, very financially stable. It does feel like when you meet them, is also the first occurrence of your physical intimacy with them. It feels like it's not in public per se, however, it feels very close to a public setting. So there's a lot of people perhaps just outside of the room, or there's a lot of people just downstairs, or there's a lot of people, in the house, and you're in the car in the parking lot, some sort of thing like that. Like there's a lot of people very close by. Feels like a very nice house, very large house, very ornate house. It's like, okay, let's be careful not to knock over any vases because they cost more than my house, kind of a thing. Um, very gorgeous people, very, 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 very strong people. These are people who their sexual attraction is fully connected to how good you're feeling, how much you're enjoying yourself. This is a person who will not even think about reaching their finish, but until you are on your second, third, fourth. Very, very, very drawn into you, watching you the entire time. I feel like they're so attractive and so intense with how they're watching you when it's happening that you almost have to look away, not because you're like, oh my god, don't look at me, but but because it's just so overwhelming and everything is already so overstimulating in that moment, literally and figuratively, that you have to just take a second to look away just to catch your breath, or otherwise you feel like the world might slip out from underneath your feet. Gorgeous things. I also feel like regardless of if this is a connection that you want to maintain, if this becomes friends with benefits, or if this is your forever person, it's different for those of you, my darlings. What you have manifested, where'd that English accent just come from? What what you have manifested is what this will become, my darlings. And for those of you that haven't manifested that specifically, you will be able to tell, my darlings, and what you feel is right is what is going to come out of this. However, regardless, it does feel like they give you a gift, something very special, something very meaningful, to remember them by, and that holds different meaning for the different situations. For those of you that let this person go, it's just a memento of a very fond, very warm, very authentic, beautiful connection. For those of you who develop this connection to something more, it holds that much more meaning. And it does feel, although I am talking about all of your nipples, they love your nipples. There's a lot of nipple play. There's mouths, there's hands, just saying. But I'm talking a lot about the physical intimacy. And, well, yes, phenomenal, bombarding. There is a lot of very beautiful, very sweet communication. This person has very gentle hands. They're touching your face, moving the hair out of your face, stroking your cheeks. There's a lot of like tipping your chin up to kiss them. It's very gentle. It's very loving. It's a very jarring contrast to how they can be in moments of physical intimacy, because it's like, do you not realize you just had me like bent in half backwards, swinging around the room, forgetting my own name for 2.5 hours? And they're like, shh, no, no, no. Later, shh, no. So wonderful, very comforting, very beautiful, very warm. Okay, for the Tarot of Sexual Magic, we have the Wheel, which I think we got in pile number 1 as well. Wow, synchronicities. We have the Ten of Pentacles, yes, gorgeous, lavish, and we have the Nine of Swords, beautiful. Yes. So, I feel like they love what you're wearing, when you first meet, and comment as much. Can't keep their hands off of you. It feels like There's something that they appreciate about what you're wearing, something that's very sexy to them. Um, could be your underwear, could be lingerie, could be what you're wearing, could be some sort of jewelry, could be how you've done your hair. Something they want you to keep on, and they really tease you with that. It also feels like they are very, there's a lot of MacGyver energy. So they can get very creative. Everything is very, 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 very consensual, though, very heavily communicated between you both, of like, are you okay with this? Is this something you're into? Is this something you're comfortable with? And if there's a moment of hesitation, it's gone. They're not doing it. It is not happening. But it feels like you're some saucy, adventurous types. So there's, I mean, let's go. But for those of you who are into, kind of restraints or blindfolds, or, being silenced in any kind of way, it feels like, um, your tights, their tights, underwear, shirts, something, things are utilized, ties, etc., 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 in that moment. And a lot of attention on the neck, a lot of attention on the back. As I said, nipples, they're obsessed with your nipples. Um, and a lot of pleasure given to you from their mouths and their hands initially, before any of the big stuff even happens. Beautiful stuff, my darlings. It also feels like one of the connections you make initially with them has to do with an animal that's at this social event. Cat, dog, parakeet, any and all. And you are very much the type, despite how you really put yourselves out there in terms of what you do, my darlings. You are very much the sit in a corner at a party and play with their dog kind of a person, which, like, same, babe, let's sit together. And they are that person as well. And so I feel like that kind of helps break the ice as well. Or you have your initial conversation at the refreshment table, and then they catch you later with the house pet and hit it off with you continuously there, my darlings. Is there anything else that give me a shiver? And they tell me no. Oh my goodness, pile number 2, you lucky, lucky people. Wow. Very exciting things, my darlings. Beautiful stuff. Very lovely. Rainbows as well. These rainbows are jumping out at me. Rainbows are going to be a big synchronicity for you from your spirit guides, who are so fucking pumped about this. I hope that you enjoyed that, my darlings. If you did, please let me know by leaving a comment. I would love to hear from you, love to talk to you. If the reading resonated, my energy resonated, please subscribe. All of my links for social media and more information on private readings are down in the description box below. Thank you so much for being here with me. I love you all. Bye. Hello, 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 my darlings. Group number 3, you powerful intuitives. I could feel you from 100 kilometers away. Probably more. If you picked the Enlightenment card, this is your reading on what you are manifesting, who you are manifesting in terms of a intimate connection, and what is coming towards you in your next intimate connection, my darlings. For starters, I'm hearing I believe it is Kelly Clarkson, the sweet angel that she is. The A Moment Like This song, hearing that in my head while I'm holding your cards, my darlings. Also, we, for the last 2 readings, have been waiting primarily for the end of the reading to get into the nitty gritty nasty. However, off the bat, I have to convey it now, because as messages come, I have to get them out or I will forget them. And they may usually come back, but sometimes they don't come back, and then I remember later, 3 weeks down the line, and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't say that. And so I will say, for this physical intimate connection, also the finger movement as well. Anyway, there is a lot of fluids that are being deposited into mouths and down throats and being swallowed. Okay, we're starting off strong. Beautiful Kelly Clarkson song, and then the filth. That's how we like to do it here. We have the Empress, gorgeous. And we have the 4 of Cups. Okay, this is beautiful. This is very nice. I want you to go here. Okay, this is very nice. What does this mean, though? First of all, you're deeply psychic. You are deeply intuitive, which is interesting because we got that in the former group as well. And seldom do we get 2 groups that are primarily that message, because usually they just pick one. However, you are very, 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 very talented psychics, deep intuitives, but it feels like a lot of you aren't doing it for work, whereas the former group was doing it for work. Your passion lies elsewhere, but this is something that feels like it's been passed down through your ancestry, these abilities, these connections, the abilities to see spirits, communicate with spirits, very strong lineage of mediumship within your family. Something about dreams as well. You've dreamed about this person, or you've dreamed about this reading, or perhaps both. You get a lot of messages conveyed to you through your dreams. It feels like this is interesting, because it feels like this has been a subconscious manifestation rather than a specific manifestation. In the former readings, it's been a specific manifestation, specifically asking for a certain type of person, a certain type of connection, etc., etc., etc. This feels more accidental, and it feels like a lot of you have prior responsibilities, prior commitments. So you're either single parents, you're responsible for family members, perhaps siblings. You have a very present role in nieces and nephews, or friends' children's lives. You have prior commitments and responsibilities, and it feels like that's where your attention has been, and you've really made a very positive life for yourselves, outside of a series of connections, or perhaps a specific connection that was not good for you, that you were not deserving of. And for most of you, it feels as though that was a romantic connection, but for those of you that haven't had a romantic connection, it feels as though that correlates more to upbringing, the relations you experienced when you were a child, when you were younger. And it feels like you've really settled into your own life. You've really made a life that you're proud of, you're happy with. Finances are stabilizing. They have improved a lot. You're comfortable, you're happy. You have a very good place that you call your home, that feels like a home. You are healthy. You are doing well mentally. You are doing well physically. You are happy and fulfilled. And so through all that, you really haven't allowed yourself, at least consciously, to focus on what you want in terms of a connection. But subconsciously, you, especially in the dream space, you have really been communicating heavily with this person. You have been manifesting this person, and it really comes down to a person who is loyal, who is strong, who is supportive and warm and affectionate, who adores you, who appreciates you, who respects you. All of these things that you are so beyond deserving of, you have manifested, and that really feels like the energy that's coming forth. However, it feels like this person is a bit farther away, at least in terms of time, than at least the other readings we've gotten, and it feels like you're fine with that. It's like, okay, it would be nice if they came, next week, but you're so content with what you've got going on in your life otherwise, that you're like, when they come, they come. Ha ha ha. And that's beautiful energy to hold, my darlings. And it feels like you're doing really well, and you're in a really good headspace. It does feel as though right now the reason that they, are playing kind of catch up in terms of your connection, in terms of coming towards you in your life, is because they are more consciously manifesting, but they're kind of stuck in the decision phase of, okay, do I want this? Do I not want this? Okay, I've had this. Do I want that, or do I want this, kind of a thing? So they're in a really strong period of transformation right now, really choosing which way to go through the fork in the road, kind of an energy. And it feels like you're doing really well now, and in times when, decisions have been more difficult for you to make, they've really helped you along and guided you in the subconscious space of your dreams, and then now it feels like subconsciously you're doing that as well. And I feel like you're having a lot of dreams about it varies from, you know, helping people make decisions to holding someone's hand and, you know, crossing the street with them because they're hesitating or there's too much traffic. Or, you know, kind of like going into the water because someone seems stuck in the water. Thank you very much. Stuck in the water, stuck energy flying out while we were talking about stuck in the water. Please. Oh, Spirit, you beautiful, 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 beautiful things. If stuck in the water and you're pulling them out, lost, please. Like, what is even happening? This is such a hugely strong, intuitive connection. This is craziness. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. Oh, I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. Wow. I can't even. I can't. I just can't even. I just can't even. I can't even do it. Can't even handle it. This is incredible. Yes. So you two are so strongly linked in the subconscious, in the dream space. This is fully connections of lifetimes. You have gone back eons together. So strongly intuitive. It does feel as though this is one of very few lifetimes where you aren't utilizing your intuition or your psychic abilities in terms of your profession to make money. It does feel like they are or will. It feels like it's for them, it's not ancestral lineage that they get their abilities from. It's self-taught. It's through maybe one mentor. But it does feel like they are very, very, very tapped in. A lot of guided meditations, a lot of deliberate meditations in which they have met you and seen you. A lot of just so much support and comfort given through your dreams interchangeably. It's beautiful. That is a crazy connection. They have really helped you so much. Their energy has helped you so much through difficult situations, and now you're doing the same for them subconsciously, and you will come together and it will be beautiful. This is amazing. This is gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Okay, so my goodness gracious. Let's pull. I can't believe that. Wow. Oh my god. Whew. All right, so rainbows as well, my darlings. Synchronicities for you. I feel like you're dreaming a lot about water, which I feel like comes and goes in flashes for you. Boats as well, dreaming a lot about boats in the distance, sailboats. Perhaps seeing or noticing a lot of boats now in, you know, pictures, screensavers, backgrounds of things, etc., etc. That feels like a very important sign for you both, just in terms of recognition. It feels like it correlates to your last lifetime together, which does feel like it was probably circa 1700s. Sailors, pirates, life on water together. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. There's been so much trust within you both. It feels like your last lifetime especially was them kind of letting you go because they knew that, you know, something had to happen to them. They either had to get, you know, put away or had to meet a demise that perhaps was earlier than you were anticipating. Had to let you go, but it was with the knowledge, you know, we'll meet again, we'll be together again. It's been a few centuries since then. Been a couple lifetimes since then, because I feel like you really do just in and out, boom boom boom, just over and over and over again, which makes a lot of sense for the strength of your mediumship, my darlings, your connection to the spirit world, because you've been in and out so many times. And now you're back, and now you're gonna meet again, and it's beautiful, and you've always had that connection to them in the subconscious, and it's gorgeous. We have building blocks, breathe, and round and round. Oh my god, please. Spirit, you silly gooses. Gorgeous. Yes, so lifetimes, in and out together. When you meet, the impact with which you feel when you connect with them, even just eyes across a space, is going to be electrifying. It is going to be huge. It's gonna be like a collapse star. Boom. Um, it's gonna be amazing. I feel like you're excited now, my darlings, and I feel like you're very, 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 very curious, and you are the types of people who, when curiosity eggs you, you can't let it go. You can meet them very easily through meditation. Very, 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 very easily. Connecting to that space, that same space that exists when you are asleep, when you are dreaming in your subconscious, but connecting to it deliberately as opposed to just through your subconscious. And they are right there with you, and there will be a lot of communication there. And I feel like within very shortly after the 1 year mark from the time you're watching this reading is when you will connect with them in very, 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 very beautiful happenstance. This is wonderful, my darlings. This is so exciting because it feels like you're going to be in the perfect space, and them as well. Right now you're in a great space. You're so happy, you're so content, you're so fulfilled. They are working towards that for themselves, my darlings. You are helping them as they have helped you, and you will be in a good space together to build a beautiful life. Okay, let's talk about sex. No, but this is wonderful. This is so gorgeously exciting. It also feels like you're very close in age. There is not even a 5-year difference above or below between you both. For the Decameron Tarot, we have the Four of Swords, we have the Tower, and we have the Devil. This deck is fucking ridiculous. Every time I use it, the imagery, my goodness gracious. Okay. This is, yeah. This is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. You two are so intertwined. Excuse my dog snoring in the background. What an appropriate time to choose to do that. So intertwined and interconnected that everything happens very, 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 very naturally in the terms of your physical connection. I mean, it feels like there's not even any kind of precognizance with it. There's no anticipation. I mean, there's anticipation. You both desire each other very much, very attracted to each other, but it's not like, okay, date number 4, today's the day, this is what we're going to do. That doesn't happen. It happens very naturally. You're holding hands, you've just finished lunch, you're walking around, you go on a hike and start kissing, start, cuddling, getting a little handsy, and then wham, there you go. It feels like that's the primary happening for your physical intimacy. It's the whenever, wherever, however, whatever is convenient, whatever strikes in that moment, because you two are so impassioned. You've missed each other so much, and it is, when you have a connection to somebody and you adore them so deeply and you spent time apart, and when they're back, it's just so many emotions. You miss them, you're happy to see them, but also, you've been longing for them, you desire them super, super, super intensely. That's what it feels like, but all the time with you both. You're so happy to be reconnected. The energy of the reconnection is huge. You have gone through all of the things that you've both needed to go through as individuals, or that you've had to go through as individuals, and what is left is secure and sturdy and strong, and you get to build from that. To get the Tower along with building blocks is a beautiful confirmation of that. And you really take your time. Rowan snoring in the background. You really take your time with each other, and you appreciate each other, you adore each other. It's hands, it's mouths, it's languid and deep and wonderful and intense and euphoric and ethereal and all of those wonderful things. You are very, 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 very comfortable around each other. I feel like this person in this lifetime has had an experience with somebody who was extremely hard on them, extremely judgmental towards them, due to their own insecurities in terms of physical intimacy. So it feels like physical intimacy is something that they kind of really take their time with. It's not something they dive into right off the bat, whereas you are more comfortable doing it whenever it feels right. So they take a bit more time to warm up to that fact. Just past experiences that they're letting go of, my darlings, but there is no better person. There's no one they trust more than you. We have the World. We have the Knave of Cups, or the Page of Cups, and we have the Knight of Cups. Fuck yeah, we do. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. Yes. So a lot of outdoors intimacy, really, whenever the mood strikes, whenever, wherever, cooking dinner. I don't mind if we burn the ham because we're doing other stuff. You know what I mean? Burning a different ham. Am I right? Oh, ho hum. Anyway, they're oh god. Okay. Sorry. If you can't laugh at yourself, they're very, very, very deeply romantic people. They really fully appreciate and admire your body. I feel like it's almost to the point where sometimes it makes you shy because they're just staring, they're appreciating, they're taking it all in, they're feeling, they're kissing all over to farther show their appreciation. They adore you fully. You do feel more sexually confident than they do, at least initially. And so it really surprises you when push comes to shove repeatedly and in and out. And they're, my goodness gracious. My goodness gracious. It does feel like there's somebody from the past who's going to kind of, you know, just make a momentary roundabout into your dynamic, either someone from your past or from their past or both. Just negative energies that are envious because you're both in such a good place. You have each other. You are fully content, fully happy, obviously in love, super gorgeous couple who are very, very, very deeply attracted to each other, enamored with each other. Ignore it, my darlings. Ignore the text. Ignore whatever it is. It doesn't matter. But also, Spirit is urging you to consciously manifest this person now through writing, through tantric writing, through rituals, new moon and full moon especially. And I feel as though that's just to really utilize your own abilities, but also because it helps, it does help pull them to you. I mean, there's no, it's not like if you don't, they're never going to come into your lives, my darlings. This is so predestined as it stands. But it just feels someone wants you to write it out, my darlings. There is so much energy in writing it out, and it feels like as they have helped you, it will help them. But also, this person has been utilizing a lot of full moon rituals as well. They are currently letting go of a lot. There is so much that they are freeing themselves from, especially, although this is a timeless reading, but especially in the new year. They really utilize the ending of a year to fully let go of things that are weighing them down, that they don't need to carry anymore, and making space for what is new and what is better and what they fully desire, what they're deserving of. Gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. This is a person who lives a very interesting means. I feel like they live really outside of the hustle and bustle of the world. They are really deeply connected to nature, to animals. They could live on farms. They could live in little cottages, little cabins. They have an animal that is like a best friend to them. And I feel as though that animal fully varies, from bunny to dog to goat to horse to domesticated wolf. Like it varies. This is a person, I feel as though there's something to do with them loving fantasy as well, and I feel as though the reason that that is coming up is because that's something that correlates very much to your own interests, something that you share very deeply, something to do with fairies as well. I feel as though when you were younger, you had a lot of dreams about fairies, or you always wanted, a fairy for a friend, or you wanted to be a fairy, or you saw, things that you believed were fairies, you believed stories of fairies. And I feel as though they've experienced that a lot too. And I feel like that was the kind of blossoming of the subconscious connection that you have with them. And that's something that's going to come up pretty early on in your dating. But this is a gorgeous connection. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous connection. A lot of intimacy, as we said, in water, but a lot in nature, but also a lot in water as well. Um, They like it when you're slippery. I don't know what to tell you. Is there anything else? They give me a shiver and they tell me, no, this is incredible, my darlings. It's incredible, and it feels like, I feel like, I can't remember if I said this already in the reading, but I feel like some of you have dreamt about this reading, or at least the information, or perhaps some of the cards that were in the reading. The synchronicities are absolutely bonkers in this reading, my darlings. This is a wonderful connection, beautiful connection, soul deep connection. I am so excited for the two of you to be reunited, as you both are. If you want to connect more with this person, you can very easily through meditation, my darlings. You are super, super powerful. They are extremely powerful as well. Strengthening by the day as well. It feels like they have been developing their abilities for a couple years now, but they're still getting stronger, and will continue to do so. And as they do, it will get easier and easier to connect with them as they work through what they're working through. And then it's fully divine how you two meet, just right into each other's lives one day, my darlings. Oh, group number 3, that was gorgeous. That was gorgeous. You're amazing. I have goosebumps. Oof. I hope that you enjoyed that, my darlings. If you did, please, 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 please let me know. Leave a comment. Love hearing from you. Love talking to you. Would love to hear about that, and any confirmation synchronicities that you have to share. If the reading resonated, my energy resonated, please subscribe, my darlings. All of my information for private readings and social media are down in the description box below. Thank you so much for being here with me. I am so excited for you guys. I wish you the best. I love you very, 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 very much. Bye. Hello, 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 my beautiful darlings. Last but not least, group number 4. If you picked this card, this is your reading on what you're manifesting and what is coming towards you in terms of a physically intimate relationship. I am drinking honey ginseng green tea at 11:30 at night, so things are getting a little bit bananas over here. Let's get into it, my darlings. Okay, first starters, I am picking up the message that you are going to meet this person who you are manifesting on a trip that you are taking, a very significant trip, where you do have to travel a rather significant distance, a trip that you've wanted to take for a long time. It feels like this is a trip that's been put off for quite a while due to circumstance beyond your control. Perhaps some of you also recovering or have recovered from an injury that delayed the previous trips. Yeah, it's definitely, yeah. So some of you, it's medically related, injury related. Some of you, it's been family. Some of you just, haven't been able to get the time off, haven't been able to fully secure the finances to go on this trip. But now it is happening. It is going to happen for you. It's real. It's good. And you meet this person on that trip. Okay. Oh my goodness. For the Everyday Witch Tarot, what are you? Everyday Witch Tarot? We have the 7 of Swords, and we have the High Priestess. Gorgeous. So, you have either already heard about this person a lot, you've gotten a lot of confirmations about them, or you will be getting a lot of confirmations about them if this is the first or one of the first readings that you have watched on this topic matter where you're getting these messages. You are now hooked, my darlings. You are going to be watching more readings to get more confirmations, my darlings. Very exciting, very, 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 very good way to get synchronicities, my darlings. Don't overdo it. What you are drawn to is what is meant for you, my darlings. However, they're not all meant for you, my loves, and that is how it goes. Feels like this trip is, going to be a lot of healing and regrouping and recuperation done through this trip. For a very small amount of you, it could be in relation to you celebrating getting through something, bad relationship, leaving a bad job, um, something bad ending that we're finished with. But for the majority of you, it feels like you're supporting a friend or family member who is leaving the same. Either they're getting divorced, they're finished with a breakup, they've left a nasty job, they've done something, they've moved out of a shitty living situation with a nasty roommate, something, and you're celebrating, and it's really it's very much a pinnacle of, okay, now we're stepping forward into something better, into something new. Okay, I don't think I've used this Wisdom of the Oracle deck before the Quantum Energy in any of the other readings, but I just grabbed it, and a lot of energy coming up in this reading. I just grabbed it, and there's no coincidences, so let's see what comes up. For confirmations, I'm seeing trips to India, I'm hearing Bali, I am hearing Japan. Do you want to come out, or do you want to come out? Japan, South Korea, New Zealand, Australia. Why do I only have two? Okay, nothing is coincidence. I guess we only need two. New Zealand, Australia, South Africa. I'm hearing Ghana. I'm hearing Zimbabwe. I'm hearing Kenya. I'm hearing Guatemala. Guadalupe. I'm hearing Guadalupe. That's not a place though. Is it the someone with a statue of Guadalupe? Someone, some place. Oh my goodness gracious. Also hearing Saudi Arabia, Dubai, Greece, Italy, Ireland, Iceland. I'm hearing as well. Anything else? They say no. That's enough. Okay, so for the Wisdom of the Oracle, we have time for a nap. Yes. That's directed at me. No, and we have milk and honey. So yes, this is definitely a time of rest and relaxation. Very, very much a healing time. A time for rejuvenation when you are meeting this person. I also feel as though you are going to be seeing this person, or have been seeing this person, a lot in your dreams. And it's interesting because it's not a specific person. It's not the same person repeatedly, but you're having a lot of dreams, or will be having a lot of dreams where you're going on very pleasant dates, where you're in very cozy, comfy, loving, romantic relationships. And sometimes you can't really see them very clearly. Sometimes they look a certain way. And then the next time they look a different way. Sometimes, they're clear, and then sometimes they're not. It's all good things, my darlings. Confirmations that they are on their way to you. It also feels as though, ooh, yeah, you're very much in need of this rejuvenation, my darlings, because I just got like the most intense psychic headache. Which feels like it correlates to the information of you being excited and either already watching a lot of readings or going to be watching a lot of readings. And don't overdo it, my darlings. Don't overload yourselves with information that then results in conflicting information that then results in you being confused and antsy. Let this flow naturally, my darlings. It is meant to flow naturally. This is just meant to be confirmation of what you are calling towards you. A very beautiful, very, 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 very gorgeous, physically intimate relationship in this paradise that you are going to visit. A very wonderful addition to a very beautiful, beautiful vacation. I'm also seeing a lot of bodily fluids. A lot of bodily fluids. So this is, which be safe, my darlings. Be safe, be responsible, use your protection. But it does feel like, you know, at least externally, there's a lot of, it's just a lot of fluid. There's sweat, there's drool, there's insert genital fluid here. Um, a lot of fluid on each other, a lot of appreciating each other. This is pure bliss. And it's something that is fully supported by the people that you are with, because for those of you who are supporting a person who is celebrating uh, leaving behind something bad, there's this kind of momentary guilt of like, oh, I shouldn't, you know, be going on this date, or I shouldn't be talking to this person, shouldn't be going with this person, etc., etc., etc. But this is a celebration. That's what this person tells you. This is a celebration. This is good. If you feel drawn to this person, if you want, you know, to go have them rock your socks off and then some, go do. Fully supported, my darlings. Okay. Let's pull the Quantum Energy Oracle. It does feel as though this person is staying where you're staying. So if they are from where you're visiting, they are also on holiday, but for the majority, pretty well all of you, it feels like this is a person who is not from where you're from, but they are also visiting where you are visiting, and kind of a happy happenstance. And for the most of you, for most of you, it feels like this is just something fun, something exciting, something that you want, that is electrifying and intense and gorgeous, and it doesn't feel like it has to be long-standing unless you feel as though... Just ran out of memory on my SD card. At least had the courtesy to beep and let me know, so I didn't just ramble on and then totally fuck up the end of that reading. Okay, so I don't remember what I was saying. Please bring it back, Spirit. Thank you, my darlings. But yes, so it doesn't feel like this is something that is going to be forever unless you want it to be. But for pretty well all of you, it feels like, yeah, this is fun, and this is exciting, and this is a good connection with a good person, and it's wonderful and lovely and beautiful, and you hold the memory very dear, and you're very excited for it. And it's like, what are the chances of meeting somebody who is so wonderful, who is so kind, who really gets me, who you're fully compatible with in terms of personality, in terms of intimacy, in terms of humor and communication. What are the odds? What are the odds? It's really what you've needed, and it feels like for most of you, it's a matter of, okay, there's too much distance. This isn't going to work. And some of you maybe think about giving it a try. Maybe the connection's there, and it's just, it's too much distance, my darlings, and not enough can be done to change that distance. You know, a matter of traveling back and forth, and then the financial obligation of that is too much. You're both fully settled and fully content in your lives where you are, and it's too difficult to discuss uprooting that and leaving that behind. So yeah, you kind of leave it where it is, and it's a very fond goodbye, very fond memory. And then it kind of really paves the way for positive relationships in the future. It's like, okay, I had that and it was wonderful, and I feel fully understanding, fully ready for what I am going to have from somebody else. From the Decameron, we have the Hermit and the Seven of Pentacles, and we have Justice. Yes, beautiful. Okay, yeah. This is amazing. This is so beautiful. There is some light bondage I'm seeing. I'm seeing blindfolds. I'm seeing gentle tie-ups. Nothing spooky, nothing too much. Little bit of fun there. For those of you that are into it, there's some spanking, there's some grabbing, there's some nails, there's some biting. It's very intense. This person really gets their rocks off on watching where you two connect, and just so beyond enamored with you. They think you are just so attractive, so sexy, so gorgeous. They love the sound of your voice. They love the sounds that you make. They love the way that you speak and the words that you say, especially in moments of physical intimacy. You're really very good at saying all the right things. The sounds that you make are gorgeous to them. Um, Yeah, I'm hearing leave a mark. So I feel like you leave a mark on each other. So there's bruises or there's hickeys on each other that last until you get home and they get home. Just kind of a lingering memory of, okay, this happened and it was real and it was amazing and it was euphoric and it stays with you for quite a long time. Um, some of you even maintain a kind of long distance friends with benefits connection with them, where, you really get a lot of very healing energy through the physically intimate connection that you have with them. So some of you are like, this was great. This was amazing. Would you mind if we exchange numbers? And now and then we can exchange saucy pictures and get each other off. And it's beautiful. It's wonderful. The Tarot of Sexual Magic, we have the Nine of Wands. Where are you going? We have the Queen of Wands. Beautiful, beautiful. And then we have the Fool. Yes, absolutely. So it feels like, oh, this person just adores you. They adore you. They think you're so gorgeous and they love talking to you. And it's really very sweet. Your first, few dates are very, very, very connected and very cozy and very comfortable. And to anyone watching from the outside, it's like you two have been together for years. You're so comfortable with each other. You're very handsy with each other, very affectionate with each other, very interested in each other, not just in terms of physical intimacy, but just fully interested in the other's experiences and their lives and their story. This person adores you. They think you are gorgeous. They love watching you move. They love watching you get undressed. For those of you who are around pools or beaches, they love watching you get in and out of the water. They think you're very sexy. The way that you move is very, very, very appealing to them. And then the Fool just tells me that this is leading you towards new beginnings. This is, I feel like a lot of you are not in a place where you feel fully ready or able to commit to a long-standing romantic relationship. And that happens in the future. That is something that you want for yourselves in the future. And this kind of is the stepping stone for that, but it fulfills the need that you have right now, the need for physical intimacy, the need for somebody to desire you and to want you and to make you feel good and to let you know that they want to make you feel good. And this person is very, 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 very good at this. They are absolutely a powerhouse when it comes to physical intimacy. It is electric. It lingers with you. You feel them for weeks after. And it's a very amicable connection. As I said, some of you maintain a connection through text or through internet, and that's fun as it lasts as well. But then it feels like you both have other things that you're meant to go towards and pursue, better things on the other side of it for you both. But it feels like right now this is the best thing for both of you, and it's very healing and it's very, very, very deliberately tantric. Physical intimacy, very healing for you both. This is not a person who, sometimes people worry that, when you meet somebody and you don't really know them, physical intimacy has a lot of energy. And of course it does. It's an exchange of energy. It's, you're allowing somebody into your energetic space, and to linger there in some ways as well. But you take your time to get to know this person, to trust this person, and vice versa. And you are surrounded by people who love you, who would never allow you to be in situations that are precarious or dangerous. And trust your instinct, my darling. If this person feels off to you, if this does not feel purely safe and good, that is not the person for you. This person feels good and warm and affectionate, and they have their own group of friends as well. This is not a person on their own. They have their own group of friends. The group mingles, and then the two of you, it's just fireworks between you both. So pack your protection. But beautiful. Yeah, they have their accent is musical. I can hear you thinking like it's just they speak so beautifully, so fluidly. It's gorgeous. It is wonderful. I feel like they're from a colder place that's pretty consistently cold normally. Is there anything else? They give me a shiver and they tell me no. They say shh, you're gonna run out of memory. How much time do we have left? Oh shit, yeah. Okay. All right, my darlings. This is very, 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 very exciting. Very exciting, very wonderful. Don't rush it, my darling. Enjoy it as it comes and experience it fully. Very wonderful things on the horizon in the future for you as well, my darlings. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, but right now, this is what is meant for you. This is what you're manifesting. This is what you're calling towards you. Do not fret, my darlings. Do not overwhelm yourselves with information of what is to come. Things shift and change constantly as they are meant to, and as is the will of the divine. And as is the will of you and the energies that you are bringing towards yourself. My darlings, this is so exciting though. Congratulations on a very, very, very good trip. Absolutely meant to be as it is, my darlings, especially with the delays that I feel a lot of you have faced in terms of this trip. For it to happen this way, very much meant to be, my darlings. I hope that you enjoyed that, my loves. I hope that you enjoy your trip. If you did, please feel free to leave a comment. Let me know. I would love to hear from you, love to talk to you. If you enjoyed the reading and my energy resonated with you, please subscribe. All of the links for social media and more information on private readings are down below in the description box. Thank you so much for being here with me. I love you all. Bye.